Welcome back on this Sunday afternoon. As we told you at the top of the program today, our second segment will be devoted to some new friends to Northwest Ohio, leaders of the Salvation, new leaders of the Salvation Army here. One to introduce to you first on my right. We always go ladies first here on the Roundtable. Tawny Cohen-Zanders. She is one of the new captains here for the Salvation Army, and her husband, Kevin Zanders, also here with us at the Roundtable. To both of you, welcome to Northwest Ohio. Thank you so much for taking some time to be here on TV with us, do this little TV show we got.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
As you guys come into the community, and so much work, so much good work done by Stephen and Valerie Lopes before you as part of the Salvation Army and its mission. I asked you before we came out here today, we were talking a little bit about the mission, and Kevin, I'll start with you. Is everything kind of set already in stone, or are there things to build upon when it comes to the Salvation Army?
Well, the Captains Lopes, they both did a wonderful job here, and it's really our goal just to kind of step in and take the baton and go with it. Mm-hmm. They did a lot of good things, and you know, we come to the table with some ideas as well. And the mission stays the same, to meet human needs physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And under that umbrella, you know, we have options to work with the board, work with the community, work with other agencies, and see what we can bring to the table.
There have been so many great events that have happened throughout the course of the last couple of years as far as the Salvation Army is concerned. And Tawny, as you guys go forward, let's give people a little background on you. You guys were just to the east of us, right?
We were in Massillon, Ohio, down in Stark County. It was our first appointment. We kind of became officers a little later in life, and it was our first appointment. It was 7 years. It was a great time of just being in the community. We had the opportunity to do a capital campaign. It was $3.5 million, and we constructed a new building there. It was lovely, and it was a building that fit the needs of the community. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from Newark, Ohio, which is further, you know, more central Ohio. And so we were very happy when we got the phone call. You just get a phone call that says, "Congratulations, in 2 months you need to pack your whole life up."
Is it automated or is it a real voice?
Well, they probably wish sometimes it was automated. No, it's a real voice. And there's always a shock, you know, because you form relationships, and yet once you get over that and you tell your children and say, this is what we're going to do, you know that you're coming to another great place where you're going to establish friendships and relationships. And the thing that we love the most is the mission. So we knew whether we were in Massillon or whether or not we were here, we were going to be meeting human needs, and that's what we want to do.
We were talking about the economy a little bit before in our last segment, and obviously in a tough time and finding charity and finding donations and there's never a shortage of people reaching out and giving support as far as emotionally is concerned, but from a financial standpoint and your mission at hand in Massillon, in so many of the Rust Belt communities as far as Ohio is concerned, maybe this move coming at a little bit of a better time for the Salvation Army, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see the support of the people, and we know that, you know, the economy is still struggling, but there's still money there, and there's still people that are willing to step up and to give a helping hand. And just, you know, looking at the records from last Christmas, you know, here in Northwest Ohio, it's just amazing the support that they got, and so I mean there's still a lot of people struggling, and but we're fortunate to be coming to an area that already has the support, and we can just continue that. And we always need financial support, though. I mean that's huge. And so we appreciate the support that's been given to us, and we hope that continues.
Go ahead.
Oh, if I could just add, you know, when we did our capital campaign in Massillon, it was back right when the bottom dropped out. You know, we had decided, our board together had decided, you know what, we needed, the building that we were operating out of was 1950. the needs of the community had clearly changed, you know, since started, and so we knew this is what we needed to do. We decided we were going to move forward, and we said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Well, the very next day, I was exercising at the Y, you know, and I'm watching television, and the whole Lehman Brothers scandal happened, right? And I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure what's happening right now, but I'm pretty sure that cannot be good news for our economy. So I remember going home and saying to my husband, you know, oh, God hates me, I know it. And my husband looked at me in the only way, right, husbands can do, and said, that's right, God hates you, and so therefore he caused the whole global market to crash because he hates you and he wants to teach you a lesson. You need to get over yourself. So after I was annoyed for a little bit, that was the economy that we raised that money in, and during that period of time, it taught me that people come together during really difficult times. And someone once said that a person's need to give is far greater than our need to receive it. And we saw it multiple times that when people would say to us, thank you for giving us an opportunity to give. And the first time you hear that, it was actually after a $50,000 donation. The first time you hear that, you think to yourself, well, thank you for giving me your money. And then after you get past that, you realize that it really is a special experience, because when people see a need, and I believe it'll be the same whether it was in Massillon or whether it's here, that people want to be a part of something. And our job is to continue to feel the pulse, to make sure that we're offering quality, efficient programs. We believe that the Salvation Army needs to give a hand up, not a hand out. We don't want to continue to serve more people, because that means we're not doing our job. We want to make it so that more and more people are able to stand on their own, and that's our responsibility, to make sure we're relevant, efficient, and effective programs, and people come alongside of you because they want to be a part of that. So yes, this is a better time, but we saw that even during a very difficult time that people come together. And Massillon was not a community. I mean, they had been affected with steel leaving the community. You know, everything that could have happened in that community.
And what's interesting as well, you guys come in and during a transitional time for the United Way here in Toledo as well, and so many organizations, so many groups in the Toledo area that benefit obviously from partnerships. And is that one of the things you guys have found, that you've had a lot of people reaching out to you and saying hello and we're here?
Definitely. I mean, the community's been great already, just introducing themselves to us, and it's been wonderful. And we recognize that the Salvation Army, you know, we're the most trusted charity in the nation, and we recognize that even though we have that support, and we can't do everything on our own. There's
some T-shirts being handed out telling people to be a shield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we wear these kind of funny outfits, you know, and
they're slimming though. They are slimming.
and I mean, our S's, they stand for Save to Serve, because we're saved by God. We want to serve others. And we recognize the fact that there's many other people in the community that they might not wear a funny uniform, but they live by that, and that they want to help others out. And so, since we can't meet every need, we need to get together with the community and work together. Collaboration is huge, and that was some of our success in Massillon, was just getting all the agencies and groups together, church groups, saying, let's come to the same table here. And we want to do the same thing. We want to help people. We can't do it all on our own, so how can we work this out together? We know that that's already started, that's happened here.
Our first week here, there was a large meeting at our office that was brought together for the Back to School program. I believe here it's called Tools for Schools, so it was Back to School where we're at, where ourself and some other agencies got together and said, you know, how can we make sure that we serve everybody, but not serve everyone multiple times, sort of thing. And I was happy to know that was happening in our agency, because that told me that was something that Captain Steve and Valerie worked at, to say, we want to be a part of the community, that it's not just us. Because, I mean, the donor dollar is obviously incredibly limited. People have a choice, so we need to focus on what is it that we do and do very well.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, pleasure to introduce both of you to Northwest Ohio. We will wrap things up for this edition of the Roundtable right after this.